I excelled in school. Somehow it worked for me. It was really hard being indoors. Um, really hard being indoors. I did not enjoy that. So like PE was always my favorite, and any opportunity I had to play a sport instead of be indoors, I took that. Um, so school itself wasn't as hard as the social aspect. And okay, here's something you asked, like what was an anchor? I forgot about this. In middle school and high school, I was in band, and so I had music, and it was the most incredible thing. It especially in high school, it became like family. Like we were a band family, so we were the band nerds, and okay, this is my place in high school society. I'm a band nerd, and I'm fine with that because I get to play music and I remember being in awe in band class of like, here's 100 of us teenagers, some probably, I don't know, just say different social groups. And we're all coming together and creating something bigger than ourselves together. And it's just absolutely beautiful. So music, there's music again, helping me cope. If I didn't have music and sports in school, then it would have been a problem. But I had a problem, you know, being around that many people um, all the time, all day. I would go home and just like zonk out for hours. I slept. I slept probably more than most people. So if I wasn't if I wasn't in school, if I wasn't playing sports, if I wasn't in playing music, I was sleeping to recover from it all, and have to do it again the next day. And then on the weekends, I was sleeping. um,
By the way, shout out to the band kids because I'll admit, back in high school, right, I was not a band kid. I was a sports guy, and because this is back, I had my mass, right? I was fitting in. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do. I thought I was doing, I was doing what Rod taught me. Rod's the adult who onboarded me here on the earth. He's taught you, right? Like that you're masculine. You go play sports, right? Like that was that, you know, like the kind of persona, right, that I knew to grow up in, right? So it was, so I was like, so I would do with people. I didn't make fun of the band, but right, like in my head, I'm like, band, right? Then, but what my shout out is once I got into my career, I was like, all the cool people that I enjoy talking with were all the band people. All the ones that have like good personalities, great
yeah,
stories, enjoyable, that are
yeah.
comfortable in their skin, right? Like I'm like, anyway, like they were all the band kids. I didn't get anyway, and so that's why I got us just anyway. Those in my opinion, whether at least in the data science world and getting to know, that's where I found where the cool kids ended up. So
I mean, me too. Yeah, the band was where it was at. It was the cool people, and in my opinion, and it's like we were the ones comfortable within our skins. We weren't trying to be somebody we weren't. We just loved music, and it made us feel whole. Would be my assumption based on how I felt, and it was a built-in community.
it's funny you said you bring up such an important like shaping or molding moments that happens, and as we grow up, which is um, that it's interesting. It literally just hit me as you were talking about this, right? Like I would say I spend my time trying to be cool, right? Trying to fit in, trying to be popular, trying to be what I thought I was supposed to be, right? Like those types of things, right? And and again and now throughout my, let's call it my high school experience, yeah, that served me, that served me better than some of the, it's called the band kids or other people that maybe weren't involved in athletics or other things. And then when I got out of high school, and where there was no longer a, where you no longer are forced to be around people. You actually have a choice of who you are around, and they have a choice to be around you as well, right? You recognize, right, the outside world operates very, very differently.